A dream to build something new, something different. But dreams don't sell. You can't go to venture capitalists to ask them to find your dream. You can't post it on a server. So dreams don't sell, but great products do. Something that has been made, not fully, not completely tested, still has more credibility. It can still have more credibility than your dream. A VC might still fund you. So what you need to do now is to plan and build your idea. The idea looks good in the back of your head, but till you don't make it, till you don't actually see it, you don't know what the product will be like, what the users will think about it. And the best way to build your idea is Ruby on Rails. So let's get started. But the question comes, where do you begin? If you've been using WordPress for long enough, you would be familiar with the code is poetry. I really like this metaphor, and it got me thinking how poets actually write poems. Turns out, these are really philosophical guys and girls who like to think about. So we apply that to coding. Believe me, it works. You just think about the code, how everything will fit in, how it will all bind. So if you think about like a simple e-commerce application, this is what the model will look like. This is basic English, even though this will be code, but everybody can still read it and understand what it means. Right? So when you're thinking about it, it might be a bit lazy, but it still makes the coding process a lot faster. And when you start coding it, it starts to take form in your brain as well as in the code. One of the few reasons that I really like Rails is because it comes with a personal chef. By that I mean the script size generate command. This is a great command that lets me create things really fast. For example, a scaffold. I need to just write to my console scaffold product and then the schema of my model. What it does for me is that it generates a ton of code. You don't need to read it. This is not even all of the code. It generates more than this. This generates code and allows me to create, read, update and delete the model that I just created. Now I'm not telling you to build your whole application out of scaffolds. You use the scaffold, you copy the code, you mess around with it, you copy the code that you need, you delete the code that you don't need. And it's a nice place to learn. Like even if you don't know anything about Ruby, you can still just put the scaffold and all this code will be generated. You can find out how everything is working. Right? It's a place to learn. Sometimes in your coding your application, you're not really a developer, you're not really a designer, and somebody else is going to make the interface for you. But you still need to see if your application is alive. That is done by script/console. Let's jump into it. This is not the real console, these are the slides, but it looks like this one. So if I write down the name of the model that we just created, I get the schema. Right? Now I can write the ID of a particular product that I want to see. And I can see that it is being saved. I can see the information that is being saved. I can also see the relationship that I just announced, that I just coded through Rails, and I will get this. Like, who really owns this product? I can find all that out just by using this console without any interface. So I don't need to be a designer to see, like I don't need an interface at once to see if my code is working or not. This is the third thing that I really like about Rails, plugins. Plugins are ready-to-use code that you can just put in your application and they'll run. Even like, it's not really a bad practice to use plugins, they're a very good starting point. You can learn from these plugins. You can use them because they're highly tested and secured and whatnot. And you can learn from them. You can learn that thing that you just weren't able to do. Let me say, you weren't able to build a login system on your own. You install the plugin, you use it, and you dive into its code and understand how they actually did it. So next time, you could use the plugin and you could do it yourself. And you can make any changes to it. For example, if I want an authentication system for my application, I would just like tell the source of the repository, install it, and then generate the authentication. It will give me this interface. It will give me login, sign up, sessions, cookies, everything. I don't need to worry about it. Interface obviously you can add later CSS and all. You can add to it, edit to it according to the application to it. But if you need a beautiful interface, you're not a designer, you don't have money to hire a designer. You just write this. I'm sure everybody has heard of EXT.js, JavaScript library. So the scaffold you just created, it puts EXT.js interface over that scaffold. You don't have to do anything else except for writing these 2-3 lines. Right? And it puts this whole scaffold in EXT.js interface. It makes it very useful. So it's ready to use code which is highly tested and a very good learning point for beginners. And even like once you're professional and everything, why do you want to waste time writing something that has already been written? You will just install the authentication system and you're done with it. I'm a noob, like I'm still new to Rails. I just coded my first application a few days back. It was a simple e-commerce it wasn't simple, it was an interoperable e-commerce application that allows, let's say, him to take my products and sell it on his shop. Getting me? So this was my first application that I coded. I learned as I went. Like I knew about the basic framework of Rails, Funda, of Model 2 controller, and whatever I needed to learn, I learned it when it was required. I did it alone without like any other designer developer, and I would suggest you to do the same because it makes the process easier, faster, and there are less communication gaps. 36 hours. It took me 2 days to build the whole application. My client is happy with it, right? So by 36 hours, I don't mean 5 hours a day for a week. I mean 18 hours or 20 hours in 2 days. It will keep your workflow going, and you won't have to remember what you did last time. Find time. I have exams starting from 2nd July. I'm sure you guys have to submit some project to your boss by next week. You need to find time. If it is your dream application and it's your dream business, you just need to find time. You can pretend that you're sick for 2 days. Everyone will believe you. You can pretend that you went on vacation. You can just add a background on Photoshop. Everyone should believe you depending upon your Photoshop skills. So there is help along the way. You rarely get stuck on anything. You can find help on the IRC channel. You can find help on the mailing list, Google group. You can find the nitty-gritty details on the API docs. And there is this wiki that has very descriptive articles from everything from plugins, documentation to Rails source code itself. So I hope this presentation has provoked you guys to use Rails to build your application, your first application. Any questions?
Can you tell something about Ruby and Rails?
Ruby and Rails. Ruby is a language that was developed by a guy called, his screen name was Max. I don't know his full name, he's some Japanese guy. Like, in the early 90s. So, I don't know.